Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Snowbird Brown gives big cancer update, fans keep praying. On Discovery's Alaskan bush people in season 14, Snowbird Bird Brown was fearful about cancer, and she has given several updates since then. After she had 2 non-cancerous borderline tumors removed, she's been for several tests. This weekend she revealed the latest results. Alaskan bush people updates by Snowbird about cancer. Over a year ago, Amy's daughter ended up being rushed to a hospital after her sister, Rain, found her in pain. Whenever the ABP star gives an update on social media, she reminds those who might have missed watching the season about the backstory. Once doctors discovered some tumors on her ovaries, they were taken out and tested as not cancerous, but they were borderline. However, she opted to keep her uterus because she wants children one day. Monitoring of the Alaskan bush people star is important in case there's a recurrence. So Bird Brown goes for tests and always follows that up with a health update. Since April, she's been back for more tests and blood work. Recently, she had to wait for the results of tests that followed a laparoscopy. Now, she returned to her Instagram and gave a new update. Read on to find out if she has more medical issues. Alaskan bush people update on the laparoscopy test results. On the weekend, Snowbird Brown took to her Instagram and shared a TikTok post about her test results. The Discovery star was accompanied by many cats as she stood out in a meadow. Actually, she sounded happy and looked healthy, which was a good sign. However, she said that there was something that was not right. Unfortunately, as she's not a doctor, she didn't understand what the problem might be. However, they told her that it wasn't endometriosis. Aside from the worrying unknown, the Alaskan bush people star seemed relieved because the results revealed that she seems to be cancer-free. Waiting for the results of tests can take weeks, so she probably had them on her mind for a while. Of course, Discovery fans really like the reality TV star, so they chatted in the comments. Discovery fans comment and some of them pray. Alaskan bush people fans who heard the updates said that they continued to pray from Amy's daughter. One ABP fan wrote, "Good morning, beautiful girl. Thanks for the update. I wish you all the best and God's blessing." A second follower said, "Be well and stay strong. We love and care about you, Bird. God's love and his blessings for you and yours." The snow had begun to settle over the vast expanse of Alaska, draping the wilderness in a pristine white blanket. It was a landscape that had always been Snowbird Brown's sanctuary, a place where the echoes of civilization faded into the stillness of the wild. But today the wilderness seemed quieter, more solemn, as if the world itself held its breath, waiting for the words she was about to share. Snowbird, affectionately known as Birdie to her fans, had always been a private person. She lived her life in the shadow of towering mountains and ancient trees, far from the chaos of the outside world. Her connection with nature was almost spiritual, a bond that had been forged through years of living off the land, hunting, fishing, and gathering what she needed to survive. The rugged terrain had shaped her, both physically and mentally, into a woman of quiet strength and resilience. But now that strength was being tested in a way she had never imagined. The diagnosis had come like a bolt of lightning out of a clear sky, a sudden, jarring disruption to the life she had always known. Cancer. The word itself seemed foreign, alien, as if it didn't belong in the same sentence as the snowbird who had climbed mountains and weathered the harshest of storms. For months, Birdie had kept her battle private, sharing only with her close-knit family and a few trusted friends. But as the days grew shorter and the nights colder, she knew it was time to speak out. Her fans had been there through thick and thin, supporting her through every challenge, every triumph. They deserved to know the truth, and she needed their prayers more than ever. So with a heavy heart and trembling hands, Birdie took to social media to share the update. The post was simple, just a few lines of text accompanied by a picture of her standing beneath the Alaskan sky, the mountains towering in the background. Her expression was somber, but there was a glint of determination in her eyes, a spark that refused to be extinguished. "I've always believed that the wilderness teaches us how to be strong, how to endure. But now I'm facing a battle that no mountain could prepare me for," she wrote. "I've been diagnosed with cancer, and the road ahead is uncertain. But I'm a fighter, and I have faith that I can overcome this. I'm asking for your prayers, for your strength, as I take on this challenge. Together, we can face anything." The response was immediate and overwhelming. Fans from all corners of the world flooded her page with messages of love, support, and encouragement. They shared stories of their own battles, their own triumphs, and offered words of hope that lifted Birdie's spirits in ways she hadn't expected. She had always known that her fans were loyal, but the outpouring of support left her humbled and deeply moved. In the days that followed, Birdie found herself reflecting on the journey that lay ahead. Cancer was an enemy unlike any she had faced before, unseen, insidious, and relentless. But she was not one to back down from a fight. She had faced the wrath of nature, that unforgiving elements, and she had survived. This was just another challenge, another test of her will and resolve. Her family, too, rallied around her. The Browns had always been a close-knit clan, bound together by their shared experiences in the wilderness. They had faced hardships before, injuries, illnesses, the loss of loved ones, but they had always come out stronger on the other side. This time would be no different. Birdie's siblings took on new roles, helping with the daily tasks that had once been her responsibility. Her mother offered words of wisdom and comfort, reminding her that the human spirit was capable of great resilience. Her father, the patriarch of the family, was a constant presence, a pillar of strength who reminded her that she was never alone in this fight. As the days turned into weeks, Birdie began to feel the effects of her treatment. There were days when she felt like herself, strong and capable, ready to take on the world. But there were also days when the weight of her illness bore down on her, sapping her energy and leaving her feeling vulnerable and afraid. It was in those moments that she turned to her fans, reading their messages and drawing strength from their words. She found solace in the wilderness too. The mountains, the trees, the rivers, they were her refuge, a reminder that life continued, even in the face of adversity. She would often take long walks through the woods, breathing in the crisp, cold air, letting the peace of the forest wash over her. It was in these moments that she felt closest to God, to the earth, to the essence of life itself. Her fans continued to pray, lighting candles, sending healing energy across the miles. They posted pictures of their own snowy landscapes, their own connections to nature, as if to say, "We are with you, Birdie. You are not alone." And she wasn't. As the winter wore on, Birdie's condition remained stable. The treatment was working, but the road to recovery was long and fraught with uncertainty. Still, she held on to hope, to the belief that she could overcome this, just as she had overcome every other challenge in her life. She knew that the fight was far from over, but she was ready to face whatever lay ahead. In the quiet moments when the world was still and the only sound was the wind whispering through the trees, Birdie would close her eyes and pray. She prayed for strength, for healing, for the courage to keep going. But most of all, she prayed for the people who had stood by her, who had lifted her up when she needed it most. They were her light in the darkness, her hope in the storm. And so, as the snow continued to fall, blanketing the world in white, Snowbird Brown faced the future with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit unbroken. She knew the road ahead would be difficult, but she also knew that she was not walking it alone. With her family, her fans, and her faith by her side, she was ready to keep fighting, to keep believing, and to keep living one day at a time.